Football Manager has just dropped a brand new update, so let's take a look. It is, of course, the winter update, which we were expecting around about now. The main thing of it is obviously going to be all of those January transfers are all going to be updated, but there is a few more things that they have changed, so we can take a look at what they have put in this post, which you can find on their website. I found it through their Twitter page, but there we go. So the main update is now live as from today. So what I had to do was restart my computer, then start up Steam, and it updated straight away. So other consoles might take a little bit, consoles might take a little bit longer, so other platforms might take a little bit longer, but I believe the PC update is already happened. So 3.7 million database changes. Of course, majority of them is going to be the likes of transfers happening, and they have actually mentioned, of course, here, because of the tragic events in Turkey and northern Syria due to the earthquakes, which was an update that came out last week or the week before. They have taken some tough decisions, obviously, such as respecting the families and removing those players and staff members who have been confirmed having lost their lives. So those things have happened in the winter update, and everything that's affected the world because of the earthquake is kind of in-game as best as what Football Manager can do. But to be honest, I always think they cover those things really well from a game point of view. I think they always do the right thing, so props to Football Manager for that. But let's take a look then at what the changes are. Now, a lot of them, they're going to be match engine updates, and that's a good thing because we all know the match engine has had its problems since the last update that came out, but obviously I use it a lot for the transfers and stuff, the winter update, but the update for the match engine is going to be great for us. So stability and crash fixes, you're going to see that every time. Fixes to reduce mistakes from bad touches in certain areas of the pitch. That's quite a good one because you tend to see defenders make wild touches and get robbed of the ball. Fixes to defenders who are not prepared correctly for crosses in certain situations. A lot of these are the defender ones because it's where you see it the most, I guess, because if you're only watching on key highlights, you're not really going to see a lot of stuff that's happening that doesn't really involve a goal. Improvements to defender reaction to long through balls. That's basically when the long ball goes over the top and you just see your defender standing there while the strikers carry on running. That happens way too often, so that's good that that's been changed and improved. Tweaks to make attacking players move quicker to support counterattacks. Now, I haven't really seen this myself, but I guess if you started counterattacks, maybe you're watching on enhanced highlights and you're wondering why your player hasn't caught up with the rest of the attack. That's obviously going to improve now. Improvements to how AI managers are using different midfield role combinations. So I don't know whether this is the case of that they were only really using 2 or 3 different combinations and now they might be a little bit more extravagant. Maybe you'll come up against a Segundo Volante instead. We'll see. Improvements to central defenders and defensive midfielders positioning from long goal kicks. Again, I've seen it on quite a few of my series stuff. I've scored a few goals from goal kicks because they've taken the goal kick and the defender and the defensive midfielders just watched it bounce over their head. Hopefully, this improvement will stop that from happening now. Improvements to how attacking wide players track back when defending. So hopefully they will actually track back properly as you would in real life. Fixes for defending wide indirect free kicks at the edge of the area. I know quite a lot of people have been complaining that when the ball goes to the back post, they don't really mark at all and there's just people just stood there. I think these next two are going to be that because fixes for defending wide indirect free kicks at the edge of the area, that's definitely one. And header 1 statistic now only counts contested headers. Doesn't count the ones where they're by themselves and they just keep winning headers. Improvements to the recruitment focus logic. Now, the only thing that I wish that they would do was tell us what the hell that means. Because that could mean a number of things. And if you don't really know what the problem was beforehand, you're not going to know what they've actually fixed. So you're not going to know what benefit it is to you when you go into your recruitment focus. So if there was any clarification on that, maybe you guys know or what you think it's going to be, let me know down in the comments. Fixed cases of reserve or youth team tactics appearing blank in the development center. Okay, and tweaks to development loans for AI teams. Okay, now this is actually something that I brought up to SI, and I don't know whether it's going to cover that in there, but I have mentioned it on quite a few of the rebuilds, that is almost impossible to get development loans from AI teams without them trying to basically bankrupt you. Yeah, I want that 17-year-old, but I'm not going to pay 500 grand a month to use him. So I really hope this tweak actually is an improvement to, you want that development player to get game time, so give him to me for very cheap and I will play him. So it's going to be great for you guys who like to do lower league saves. Improvements to fixture scheduling, because I've seen a few people complain about that one where they played like 3 games in the space of 4 days, particularly the frequency of consecutive home or away games. That happens quite often too. I've also had it in like certain leagues. I don't know whether you guys noticed it in the Hajduk split. I said it wrong. Everybody told me off. In that rebuild, but we played like Dinamo Zagreb like 3 times in the space of like 9 games. It's ridiculous. Twice in like 3 games. Updated substitution rules across various competitions. So that's just rule changes that have obviously happened in real life for certain leagues that have obviously came to an end before Foot Manager finished or came out and start in the new year. So that's the main crux of it. But what you're going to obviously, a lot of this is just basically down to how improve it. I have also checked in the editor to make sure. So if I went on 2 secs and I just load up the editor, here we go. So things have changed, like the transfers, and you're going to see, for instance, Endrick has that future transfer at Real Madrid. So now you're going to have to find some of your new Future Wonder Kids, and maybe I'll start featuring them in some videos going forward. So what do you think of the new updates? Obviously, I haven't actually played it yet. I've basically just read what they've put and decided to record a quick video just to let you guys know in case you missed that. Some of you might not be online, but yes, you need to kind of reboot your computer and then restart Steam, and then you'll see the update there to go live. Obviously, all of these transfers and stuff, they're not going to happen unless you start a new save, but the match engine fixes and stuff like that, that should happen. I think that should happen on your previous save. So if you're in the middle of a save, all of those fixes should still happen. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the case. But anyway, hope this helps. Hope you enjoy the new winter update. It kind of always comes at the right time because I always feel like then I feel rejuvenated to do more saves. There's new Wonder Kids that I can mess around with. There's new transfer updates that I can mess around with, and that's what I'm looking to do. Hopefully, I want to dive in. I was about to start a new rebuild this morning for a future recording. And then I seen the notification, and I was like, oh, okay, restart. So now I can restart the rebuild that I was going to. But the next episode of Estrella will be out tomorrow, so make sure you check that out. It's already been recorded. It was going to release today, but because this came out, I'm going to hold it back for a day. So you'll see that tomorrow instead. And the experiment that was going to come out tomorrow, I'll bring it out next week instead. Thank you very much. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. See you soon. Bye-bye.